So in today's video, I want to talk about giving yourself grace. This is so important. I'm giving myself grace right now because for some reason this video is coming so hard to shoot, but we do what we gotta do. So I'm thinking about how I want to approach this because I feel like calling it a wrap today. And I know that's not the right thing to do, but I'm thinking, I'm like, what inside of me is causing me to feel this frustration with this video? Why is it that it's not going the way I would like it to go? And as I process all of this, I'm grateful that I understand the concept of grace, that whatever makes me frustrated, I have a goal, and because I have this goal, then I just have to stick with it and figure it out and remember that things aren't gonna always go as planned. Now, I wasn't always like this. I wouldn't always give myself grace. Like if something like this is occurring, I would start speaking to myself negatively, and I know that that doesn't help. But why do we do that? We're in my opinion, I think we're programmed to do that based on the way we were raised. I know for myself, growing up, a lot of negative things were said to me, right? And I'm sure you've experienced a lot of negative things that were said to you. And we internalize these things as if they are true, but they're just other people's projections of their own internal conflict and thoughts that they have of themselves, and then they're saying that you can't do this because they believe that they can't do it, or they may call you names because that's what they think of themselves. But once it's said to us, once it comes in our psyche, we internalize it. And then if you don't have the right tools to properly deal with the encounter as it happens, then you're gonna internalize it like it's your problem, it's your issue to deal with, but it's not. So this is where grace comes in, because a lot of the messages that were fed to you aren't true, but somehow we've internalized them as truth, and then we start speaking to ourselves in negative and cruel ways. When we have frustrations, we attempt things and it don't work out, it doesn't go away, we start saying these negative things to ourselves. But instead of doing that, I'm saying we need to learn to give ourselves grace. Giving yourself grace plays out in a lot of different situations. I'll give an example because it's important to understand the concept of grace, because whenever you're attempting to do something that's important to you and for whatever reason it's not playing out the way that you want it to play out, you're doing something wrong, or you're not doing what you think you can do, or whatever it is, right? Then that negative voice pops up and you start saying all sorts. What I'm saying is the grace is gonna allow you to stop that, question the circumstance, say, is this true? Because you have to know that the experiences that you're having is just within that moment and it doesn't define you. And what do you think of yourself? So if you think that you are this deserving person, or you are good at whatever it is that you're doing, then instead of beating up yourself, you're just like, alright, you got this. You speak to yourself with respect and honor and love, and you're like, okay. This is how it's happening now, but I got this. Let me recalibrate. Let me think about it. What am I doing incorrectly? How can I change to improve whatever it is that's happening? And then restart and go again. And as much times as it happens, unwanted circumstance or whatever, you just keep talking to yourself with love, giving yourself that self-respect, saying you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. Because you do. And the alternative of that is to speak to yourself negatively. And you don't want to do that because you'll always have other people that will have negative opinions. You sometimes could get on yourself and it's just not productive. So having grace for yourself allows you to stick with it and see it through. And then when you're dealing with other people as well too, because you can give yourself grace, you'll understand how to give others grace when they're struggling with things. And what it does is it creates an environment where people can feel safe around you, they can trust you, you can build better relationships, because opposed to then being harsh to somebody else, that person could feel understood. You can encourage that person, but you can only do it after you can do it for yourself. And trust me, once you start to give yourself grace, your entire world around you is gonna start to shift, because what you'll find is that you're being kinder to yourself. And if you're being kinder to yourself, the world will be kinder to you, because the world is only reflecting to you what you think of yourself. So you'll have kinder interactions with others, you'll have kinder interactions with yourself. Circumstances in your life will be more favorable because you look at it with a favorable perspective versus looking at the negative. Things won't negatively impact you as much as they would have in the past, because instead of you being cruel to yourself, you'll be gentle and give yourself love and respect that allows you to push forward and do what it is that you're trying to do. I hope that you find value in this video. How are you speaking to yourself? Are you giving yourself grace, or are you negatively speaking to yourself? Let me know down in the comment section and we'll talk about it. See you in the next video. Peace.